your first trip to Universal, you're in the right spot to make sure this is your best vacation yet.
Hey everyone, Ben and Aubrey here, and for people that don't live in Orlando, we come to the parks all the time. And so it's easy to forget what it's like if you're coming to Universal for the first time. We call this the curse of knowledge. So we're gonna take a step back, go back in time and offer some pro tips, tricks, and try to pass on as much knowledge as we can if you are planning for your first trip to Universal Orlando. Universal for the first time, what should they know?
Let's see. Leave the ducks alone. They have their own thing to do. Especially program. I didn't say that. That wasn't me. And then also have an excellent time.
As Doc alluded to, there's a lot to consider when you're coming to Universal for the first time. Tickets, hotels, experiences, shows. There's just a lot, and it can seem very overwhelming. But don't worry, we're here to help. We're gonna get you through this, because Universal is a absolutely wonderful time.
So we're doing our research, and the very first thing you need to know when you're planning your vacation for Universal Orlando Resort is they have 3 theme parks. You have Universal Studios, you have Islands of Adventure, and you have a water park, Volcano Bay. Coming in 2025, yes, there will be a 4th park called Epic Universe, but we're not focusing on that today. Today, we're gonna look specifically at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. We will get to a Volcano Bay trip planning video soon enough, but today, we're gonna focus on the dry parks, not the wet water park.
If you wanna ride the movies and be a part of your favorite movies and stories, then Universal Studios is gonna be the park for you. If you're in it for more of the thrills, spins, drops, and being a part of like Jurassic Park, then Islands of Adventure is gonna be the park for you.
We're walking through studios right now, and to give you a feel for what Universal Studios is like, you will be riding and experiencing the movies. This was the first park to open at Universal Orlando Resort, and it's really geared towards making you feel like you're in your favorite movie. We're talking E.T., we're talking Transformers, we're talking Mummy, and the Wizarding World, of course. On our way back as we walk through here, we're heading towards DreamWorks Land, and who doesn't want to feel like they are in Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, and personally my favorite, Trolls. You're really in line for this.
The Breakfast of Champions.
Guys, it's not even 10 a.m. yet, and Ben is gonna get a swamp dog. He really wants to feel like he's in Shrek.
Pro tip for when you're starting your mornings at Universal Studios, you gotta eat, gotta have breakfast. Breakfast of Champions is a swamp dog.
Better way to ride the movies than this tried and true classic, E.T. It's a 50-minute wait, we have to jump on it.
That's right, easy. So why don't you show these people how to get your back to the plant? You can easy, making a 3-minute average rate on bus.
We absolutely love the E.T. ride. It's adorable, and it very well might be our favorite kids ride, like made for little kids in this park. Now, when you come to Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, there are some additional pieces to understand before you even show up to the parks to help set yourself up for a day of success. The first being, when are the parks even open? So, let's talk a little bit about what you need to know about park hours. Wouldn't it be terrible if you decided, all right, we're hitting the parks at this time of day, only to find out that you're 3 hours late? You missed 3 hours of your experience where you could have been enjoying riding rides, doing meet and greets, and everything else that Universal has to offer. So before you go, check online, grab the mobile app, we'll dive into that a little later, and double check what time the parks are open during the time you've booked your vacation. Park hours do change throughout seasons of the year, and additionally, you're gonna wanna know if you can take advantage of early park admission.
When it comes to variability in hours and crowd levels, you've got the major seasons to consider. You've got Mardi Gras, you've got Rock the Universe, you've got the greater summer season, you've got Halloween Horror Nights, Orlando Informer meetups, and even Grinchmas. There's a lot of extra things that occur at Universal throughout the year. Some of them are additional costs. Some of them are included in your ticket like Mardi Gras. So just do a little research, see what either things you want to add on or things that are included in your ticket to enhance an already great Universal Orlando adventure. Now, we did briefly mention also early park admission, and you might be wondering, what's early park admission and how do I get it? Early park admission is a perk that you get for staying on site or with select annual passes at Universal Orlando. It allows you access to the park 1 hour prior to general park admission and allows you to get some of the major rides and attractions out of the way before the big crowds shuffle in with general park admission. We absolutely love taking advantage of early park admission, particularly when it's at Islands Adventure. We're able to get Velocicoaster and Hagrid's and Forbidden Journey all done within that hour, and so you're off to a great start, knocking out some of the busiest, most popular attractions before the crowds have even entered the park.
And finally, when it comes to park hours, understand that the crowds will get busier as the day goes on. Those early hours of the day, there are less people in the park, and then when general admission can access studios and islands, it will build over time, only to becoming more and more crowded as the day goes on. We have made a number of videos on how to do early park admission. If you're interested in learning about that for both islands or studios, check out that video and we'll link it below. This is a lot to remember.
It's a lot to remember, especially when you've got extra tickets, separately ticketed events, everything like that. And so the biggest thing we can say is to stay organized. And the best way to stay organized is to download the Universal Orlando app. The Universal Orlando app has tons of things to help you stay organized, like a wallet, which can store your credit card information as well as your tickets. You can check park hours, you can check wait times. One of our favorite features is setting wait time alerts. So if wait times fall below a certain threshold, that you're able to get a notification on your phone and go jump in line for your favorite attractions. We use the app for almost everything, and it helps us stay organized and really decreases the amount of stuff that we have to carry throughout a busy day at the parks.
Now, there's tons of rides at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and we will talk with you about those. But first, before we can get to rides, when you're planning your vacation, you need to also have a place to rest your head at night. So, the second piece that you want to take into consideration when you're planning this vacation is lodging. Where the heck are you going to stay? When it comes to staying at a hotel during your vacation at Universal, we highly recommend choosing an on-site resort hotel. The amenities that they provide, specifically transportation, can't be beat. We're currently staying off-site during this trip, and let me tell you, I wish we could have booked a hotel on-site. For the on-site Universal Orlando hotels, you have a tier system to meet every price point that works best for you. You have your signature collection, you have your prime collection, and you have your value collection. They're all great in their own way. Each of them have different types of amenities, but we'll go through and highlight some of our favorite hotels within each tier. There are people out there that are gonna stay off-site though, and we understand it. I mean, heck, we're doing it right now ourselves. It is typically a bit cheaper, but you need to understand you're not going to get the theming of the hotel. It's just gonna be your general Holiday Inn Express or DoubleTree or what have you. Although those DoubleTree lobby cookies, they slap. On top of being cheaper, you will need to be ready to either hoof it from your hotel to the parks or use a Lyft or Uber or pay for parking. All of those pieces do add up in one way or another. When it comes to your hotel, it's gonna depend on what you're looking for. And if this is your first time booking a vacation at Universal, just book that on-site hotel. Within the signature tier of the Universal on-site hotels, you have Hard Rock, Portofino Bay, Royal Pacific, and Sapphire Falls. We adore each of these hotels for different reasons, and we pick them depending on what our needs are at the time. We want to save some money, Sapphire Falls. We're getting that signature quality, but we're not getting Express Pass, at least for now. In the prime tier, currently you have Adventura, Stella Nova, and Terra Luna. Stella Nova and Terra Luna are not currently open at this time of filming, so our favorite pick is Adventura because, well, in that tier, it's the only option that we currently have available. And finally, in the value tier of resorts, you have Cabana Bay and the Dockside and Surfside Endless Summer options as well. Personally, we are more apt to book Cabana Bay. We like that you have the option of a walking path from Cabana Bay versus the options at Endless Summer. Technically, you can walk from those, but Ben's done it, and it takes about 28 minutes if you're working hard, and you do have to cross a major overpass. That said, this video is about if this is our first time. And if this is our first time, and we were to book a hotel, Ben and I talked it through. We had quite a debate over it, and we decided we'd stay at Hard Rock. Now, I'm sure you're like, but that's in the Signature Collection. That's gonna be one of the most expensive ones, and yes. But if it's your first time visiting Universal, we say, spend the money, do it right, enjoy your vacation as best as you can. You're gonna have Express Pass included, which we will go over a little bit later in this video. And in general, you'll love having the proximity. If you're staying further away, like at Sapphire Falls or Portofino Bay, you have a water taxi. You have one at Hard Rock as well, but that water taxi service is so nice to help save some steps if you're not staying at Hard Rock.
I know people are gonna laugh at me when I say this, but we kind of see it all the time. If you're trying to go to the Wizarding World, like, you're gonna have to come to Universal. The Wizarding World isn't at Disney. Sorry, but not sorry.
There are so many things in Diagon Alley to experience, but if there's one piece that is a must-do during your first time at Universal, it's the Ollivanders experience. Specifically, I'm biased, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so doing Ollivanders in Diagon Alley is the tried and true, versus there is an Ollivanders over in Hogsmeade, but there isn't an Ollivanders in Hogsmeade in the book, it's in Diagon Alley. So come to the Diagon Alley Hogsmeade. We're gonna hang out, see who gets to have the wand choose them today. I'll be honest, probably gonna be a child. And I'm gonna cry. I didn't put makeup on my eyeballs today because I knew Ben wanted to do this. I can't have mascara running everywhere. It makes me so happy.
Harper, step into the light right here for me, would you? Now, Harper, which hand would you hold your wand in? This one. Very good. Now, Harper, here at Ollivanders, we use only the finest elements for our wands. Now hold your wand out in front of you, like so. Focus on the tip of your wand. I want you to illuminate the tip by saying Lumos.
Lumos.
Meteorologix Reconto. You are doing very well. We are getting closer. A wand of English oak, 13 3/4 inches long, with a phoenix tail feather core.
I just have something in my eye, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna head out of Ollivanders and get this out of my eye. I must just be allergic to something in Ollivanders. I tear up every single time. Congratulations, Harper. I'm really excited for you and your Phoenix Tail Feather Wand, even if you're a Gryffindor. If you really want to experience the wizarding world of Harry Potter, one piece that is essential to truly being immersed in the wizarding world is riding the Hogwarts Express. There's only one way you can do that, though. And to do it, you need a park-to-park ticket. So, it's time to go over ticketing for your first visit to Universal. Ticketing for the parks comes in a variety of forms. You've got single-day tickets, you've got multi-day packages, you have annual passes. You also get to choose between if you only want to be able to go to one park for the day or if you want to be able to bounce between both islands and studios. Now, if you're looking to experience the Hogwarts Express, you have to have a park-to-park ticket. Basically, the Hogwarts Express is a form of transportation to get you from one park to the other. It's a different experience both ways, so if you have the ability, we recommend doing it from King's Cross to Hogsmeade and Hogsmeade to King's Cross and all of that jazz. But ticketing gets confusing, so to help set yourself up for success, let's look at the details for tickets.
Ticketing comes in a variety of forms. If you're only trying to visit one park, we don't really recommend it. You've got the single park ticket. You also have the park to park ticket, which allows you to go between Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios as many times as you want. Like we mentioned, if you're trying to experience the Hogwarts Express, you're going to need a park to park ticket. Honestly, we just recommend a park to park ticket. You won't be mad about it.
Now that you've decided you're going to have a park-to-park ticket, not just a single park ticket, you also get to pick how many days you're going to do the parks. Are you looking to do the parks just in one day and cram it all in, or do you want to span it out over a couple of days? If you're looking to visit Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure for more than 2 days, we definitely recommend looking into the annual pass option versus the single-day ticketing option. Why is that, you may ask? It saves money. Now, people might think that they have to spend like 5 days, 10 days, more than that to be able to get their money's worth with an annual pass. Not true. We've done the math, and based off of the current rates of how annual passes are sold in the different tiers versus the single-day tickets add up real quick. So, save yourself some money. If you're here for more than 2 days, look at that annual pass. It'll save you and your wallet some stress.
We are currently in the queue for the Hogwarts Express, and we could have bypassed the lines by purchasing an Express Pass. There's a couple of ways you can get an Express Pass. You can either purchase it as a single-day Express Pass, which is just another add-on to the ticket, or you can stay at Hard Rock, Royal Pacific, or Portofino Bay, in which case the Express Pass is going to be included with your hotel stay.
There are 2 types of Express Pass options when you're coming to Universal. You have your regular Express Pass option, which allows you to jump into the Express line once per ride for that day. Or you have your unlimited Express Pass option, which gives you access to rides with Express, unlimited for the entirety of the day, and you can just keep chain riding those over and over and over. There's one ride you have to understand that does not currently take Express Pass though, Hagrid's. So if you're looking to do Hagrid's, you're gonna wanna hit EPA. We have a video on it, check it out after this. That'll help knock all the things out that you wanna do for that day for EPA and do it right. But when ticketing, look into Express Pass if you really want to get the most out of your trip. You will fly through lines. It is fantastic. You can typically expect to wait about half the posted wait time when utilizing Express. And if you're staying at Royal Pacific, Hard Rock, or Portofino Bay, like Ben mentioned, those Express Passes that are included are unlimited Express Passes. So, double perk as far as staying at those 3 signature tier hotels. Unlimited Express is quite the bonus when you're staying there. It'll be factored into the price, but you know, what's the price of happiness, right? You can't beat that.
We make our way out of the Hogwarts Express Hogsmeade station. We are officially now over at Islands of Adventure. An important thing as you're going through your research for your Universal Orlando adventures is determine what your priorities are. Determine what things you must do, determine which things are like to do, and some of those things that are just plain skippable. Are you here for the theming and the immersiveness? Are you here for the thrills? Are you here for the shows? Or, what we're about to do, are you here for the food? Doing your research will allow you to determine what are the things that are on your must-do list so that you can be sure to plan accordingly as you come to your Universal Orlando adventure.
We've determined over our years of experience of coming to these parks that there are 3 different things that people come to Islands of Adventure and Studios for. They come for thrills, they come for shows and experiences, and they come for food. So we're gonna cover those 3 pieces so you can determine the details best. It's kind of funny. Like, you come to the parks enough, you get to know the different dining spots, what you should hit, what you should pass, what's kind of up your alley as far as food options go. And as we were on the ride over here, Ben and I were thinking about what sounded best to us today. You know, do we want to go get some traditional English fare in Hogsmeade? Do we want to go get some raptor wings at Thunder Falls Terrace over here in Jurassic Park like we're heading towards? But that just didn't quite hit the spot. So we're heading over to Toon Lagoon. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed this all works out. You never know. Sometimes restaurants unexpectedly have some changes happening, things of that nature. But we're heading to Blondie's because that Dagwood sounds absolutely amazing right now. I love a good sandwich, and it's massive. Lunch is served. We went to Blondie's. Big fan of Blondie's. They have a nice Dagwood sandwich, which you get a good bang for your buck here. I'm hungry. Time to dive on in.
2 seconds later.
Now that I'm fueled and refreshed from eating lunch, I feel so much better. Let's talk about your food options when you come to the parks. If you're going over to studios, or islands for that matter, you've got a variety of options. From grab-and-go spots, food carts, to sit-down dining options with reservations that are absolutely fantastic. But what are the best spots to pick when you come to the parks? You know, that's gonna be up to you. It really depends on what you're looking to eat. Do you want fried plantains? Do you want a burger? Do you need a giant turkey leg in your mouth right now? Well, we're not grabbing those today, but we can tell you what options we prefer to go to when we come to the parks, so you can plan best for your first time. If we were over on the studio side and we wanted a quick bite to eat, there's 2 spots in particular that we are quite partial to. The first is Mel's Drive-In. They've revamped it just within the last year, and it is absolutely delicious. Their Mel's Burger is fantastic, and who doesn't like a good chicken tendy? Also, their fries are phenomenal, and we really appreciate how easy it is to fill up our Coke Freestyle cup in Mel's, because not all Freestyle machines have ice in them, as is what we're experiencing right now. Additionally, if you're looking for a slice of pizza, we prefer Louie's. Louie's has some great slices of pizza, from cheese, pepperoni, to a barbecue chicken pizza, and they are all very good, and the slice is the size of your face. So if you want some really great bang for your buck, Louie's is the place to go to grab a slice to eat.
If you're over in the Islands of Adventure side, one of our favorite sit-down restaurants is Mythos. It's a more contemporary style, and it's very, very delicious. Our favorite desserts are over at Mythos. Ob's is the ooey gooey banana cake, and mine is the graham cracker bread pudding. If you're looking for more of a themed restaurant, we are partial to Green Eggs and Ham. It's more of a theme park style. It's kind of like a Tacho's upgrade, where you can have like buffalo chicken tots, green eggs and ham. And it was one of those restaurants that we had to try our first time at Universal, really for the theming. It allowed you to get immersed in the Green Eggs and Ham book and really see what Sam I Am was talking about. Now, these are just a few of the options and things to consider as you're going through. We didn't even mention any of the restaurants at City Walk or any of the other restaurants that are strewn throughout Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios.
But if this is your very first time ever coming to Universal, whether you're in studios or islands, there's one food/drink item that you have to get.
If people were coming to Universal for the first time, what would you recommend?
Oh, gee, that's a tough one. Let's see. Well, come see me, of course. You got it. Come to Lagoon. It's the best place in the park. Yeah, you can cool off on, some rides, and you also get to meet me. Mwah.
If you're enjoying this video, we have a huge, huge favor to ask, and that is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing really does help us out and allows us to produce more content to help you plan your Universal Orlando vacations.
Is the drink we're going to find at the watering hole?
There are drinks at the watering hole.
But we did say it was family friendly.
Those aren't family friendly. Those are adult friendly.
Yeah.
Those help you take the edge off.
We've made our way over to the Wizarding World, and the one thing you have to get food-wise when you come to Universal, whether in Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley, is a butterbeer. Whether it's cold, frozen, or hot, experiencing a butterbeer for your first trip to Universal is the best thing you can do with regards to food. Now, we've had a number of butterbeers in our time coming to these parks, and they're delicious. Personally, Ben loves the warm butterbeers. I like the cold butterbeers, but the tried and true favorite from our friend Big John is chugging a frozen butterbeer. Ben seems to think that people don't just come to the parks for the food, they also come for the thrills. So I guess it's time for us to talk about the rides. Something I love about just enjoying your time in the park is as you walk around, you can hear the thrill rides going in the background. In fact, walking out of Hogsmeade just now, I can hear the screams coming from this next roller coaster. It's intense. It is one of Ben's favorite rides in this park, second to Doom. And it is the very first ride we ever went on when we came to Universal. And like, we got to the parks, we went directly to Islands, and we rode this back to back, twice.
You're looking for the most thrilling ride in all of Universal Orlando that has drops, spins, speed, all of it. High in the Sky, Seuss Trolley Train Ride. I'm just kidding. It's Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster was the first ride that we ever rode here at Universal Orlando. It goes 70 miles an hour, has a 150-foot top hat, multiple inversions, and even a Mosasaurus roll over the lagoon. This doesn't even take into account the fact that it probably has the best queue here at Universal. The animatronic in the queue is worth going through to see, even if you don't intend on riding the ride. Other amazing thrill rides here at Islands of Adventure to enhance your Universal Orlando vacation is Incredible Hulk, Dr. Doom, and Spider-Man. They're all over at Marvel, but they offer very different and very unique ride systems and technology to give you a very different experience for each and every ride here at Islands of Adventure.
If Islands of Adventure is for the thrills though, Universal Studios is for the shows and entertainment. Universal Studios has some of the best shows that we've seen. It's got Imagination Celebration. Vamos is a wonderful interactive dance show, and it's got a ton of character meet and greets like Marilyn, The Simpsons, Beetlejuice, and then you've got some more thrilling shows like the Bourne Stuntacular and the Horror Makeup Show.
Give me a shimmy. Yeah. We love King Julian. Oh, yeah. On the lanyard and everything. Yes. Thank you. You'll do it all day, won't you? Won't you? I gotta get you out of here. Now, Ben, I'm curious.
Yep.
When it comes to the shows and meet and greets and different options here at Studios, what is your favorite thing to do?
Currently, I think it is Vamos. The amount of effort and coordinations that the dancers have to put in and practice is an incredible feat and very artistic in its own right.
There aren't really any shows we've seen or experienced like Vamos. It is one of our personal favorites. If I had to choose, I would say the Ollivanders experience is definitely my go-to. As I'm sure you already saw in this, it makes me cry every time. It's just near and dear to my heart.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you had to pick one park, what would it be?
I won't pick one park. We will always purchase the park-to-park ticket so that we can have the best experience possible when we're at Universal.
I think the most important thing when coming to Universal is that you enjoy the time that you have with your family. You can't really go wrong whether it's Studios or Islands. Just have fun with the people that you came to the parks with and that you can make memories together.
If you got anything out of this video, please be sure to subscribe. It really helps us out. And if you ever need help with planning your vacation, feel free to reach out to us. We are more than happy to spend some time to work through all the details with you.
Stick around for more Universal and HHN content. Thanks for watching.
Bye.